welcome everybody to the music show with no name, except for we finally have decided on a name. I'm going to let my cousin Chris drop that name for you because him and Nip actually came up with it. I had nothing to do with it. I just showed up for, I just showed up so I won't get fined. So, Chris, what is the name we have decided on?
Ringleaders, circus folks, allow us to introduce you to the Gladiator Cypher podcast.
Hey, so the Gladiator Cypher podcast. If people don't know, the song that plays in the circus is called "The Entry of the Gladiators," and then because we got the urban element in Nip over there, he had to throw some Cypher up in there. So
yeah, had to do it.
So combined, we have the Gladiator Cypher podcast, or video or blog or whatever you want to call it. So again, like always, we want to tell you, make sure you join the circus by following and sharing, and sharing, and liking this information and subscribing. So make sure you join the circus and become a carny, a ring folk, all that good stuff. Once you join the circus, we will be dropping some material that is exclusive to our subscribers and followers. So don't miss out on the opportunity to hear more reviews, more crazy shit from the other podcasts and everything like that. So we had a whole set of music since we missed last week because of the holiday. We're going to catch up a little bit on music. So we're going to start off with one that came out last Friday. We got Juicy J. So Nip, tell us what's going on with that album, man.
Yeah, what Juicy say? Shut the fuck
up. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Go ahead.
Juicy J, the hustle continues. 47 minutes, 25 seconds long. I think I got ADHD now, man. Anything past 30 minutes now, it's kind of wearing on me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if it's the old man thing going. I don't know. But whole album produced by Juicy. My bad for got my joint too loud. I'm good.
Right.
My bad. Had a game on and shit.
See, this is why you can't have these youngers on. You see, this is why we can't have nothing good, man. You see what I'm talking about? You see my man Chris, my cousin Chris got his new mic, got his headphone going. This joker can't even turn off his TV. You see what I'm talking about?
I had to catch the last minute of the game. What we got? Produced by Juicy. I didn't see any other producers on there. Features, we got Lex Luger, we got Wiz Khalifa, we got Lil Baby, 2 Chainz, ASAP Rocky, Conway the Machine gets busy on this joint. Yes, sir. We got Young Dolph, Logic, Key Glock, NLE Chopper, he gets busy. Meg, Ty Dolla, J-Rock, and of course Project Pat.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I dug it. We got 15 tracks. 16 tracks, I'm sorry. 16 tracks. Solid album. It's a Juicy J joint. It's not gonna be garbage. The production's always gonna be hard. Like, you always gonna get some of that down south, Memphis. You know what I mean? It's gonna bang in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I wasn't looking for a lot of miracle, spiritual on this. It was just, can I put it in and knock? That's it. That's all I needed from Juicy. That's all we needed. Favorite tracks, stand-on tracks to me. I hate to say it. I'll do this one first. My favorite track is Loaded Up with NLE Chopper on there. Yeah, he smoked that joint.
All right, let's go and get a little listen to that one. So I ain't gonna lie, that Juicy
be you can't beat it.
Well, all right, so go ahead. You were talking about that. Loaded Up was your favorite.
I hate to say it, but my other favorite joint is 1995. Why
you say you hate to say it? Well, I mean,
cause of the boy Logic, man. I just feel like.
All right, Joe Budden. It's academic, everyday struggle. I hear him. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I got down. That bar was that little shot back at him. I dig it. it's a great song, and I'm not gonna lie, Logic and NLE probably did the best rapping on the whole album. If you're looking for lyrical content, but
You ain't like a ASAP verse?
uh it was alright. It was alright.
All right.
Like I didn't dislike it, but it wasn't like it wasn't. It
All
wasn't.
right. What else you got on the album?
Songs that I guess I least liked on that joint would have to be, not saying I didn't like it, but if I had to like, if this was the end of the list, She Gon' Pop It is probably at the bottom of the list.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Who's that featuring with Meg and Ty Dolla $ign?
Yeah.
So I know trend here with Nip with female rappers and that's not named Rhapsody and Ty Dolla $ign, but
and Ty Dolla $ign. If I see him on there, I'm definitely not like.
Here's a sample. We don't want Nip to get PTSD from this.
Oh yeah, no.
Meg here. we gonna stop it there. All right. What about do you have a best line of the album?
The drink that was on Loaded Up when he said your diamond's cloudy, it's a heavy chance of rain. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, that was a hilarious drink.
All right, well then let's get to sum up the album, and after that, what's your rank? What is your rating?
Sum up the album. I mean, it's bang. It's down south bang. It's North Memphis. That joint Loaded Up made me want to be from North Memphis, man. When they chant the North Memphis joint, I'm ready to go. But yeah, it's down south bang. It's juicy, great production. My rate on the album, I'm gonna say is if my man got it on in the car, I'm gonna play it. I guess that's like a solid 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, it's a solid album. Yeah, it's a solid album. I would listen to it. I wouldn't frisbee it.
Just so everybody knows, our ranking systems is if a classic, we would buy it. 4 would be we will get it from a bootlegger. 3 would be my man's had it on, we will listen. 4 would be the fourth one would be, or second least would be, if my woman put it on, I'll listen. And the last one would be I'm throwing it out the car window or frisbeeing it as Tony
frisbee
on it.
Yes, sir.
So you're giving it basically a 3.5. If my man puts it on, I'll listen.
Yes, sir. All
right, Chris, any thoughts on that? You with him on that, or you got a different ranking on it?
I would rank it a little higher. I probably would bootleg it. I think it was a good album. All the songs, I didn't skip any tracks on there except for the one That's What It Is. I think that was like one of the tracks on there for me about music. And all the features did their thing. So
I know you said it had you feaming for another man album after you heard it. Pause.
Oh yeah, Project Pat. Yeah, we need some more Pat talk.
Yeah.
Every time I hear Project Pat, I think about like damn. All right. Well, I think I'm right there in line with Nip. I think my man put it on, I will listen because the beats are so infectious that I really don't want to hear nothing that's being said, and I can just ride to that and chill with that. Not enough lyrical miracle for me to put it any higher, but I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Like I can't knock that at all. Let's go ahead and let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about Meg Thee Stallion. She dropped, and so we had naturally we would not give that to Nip because we know how he feel about women. I mean accountability. Excuse me, I'm sorry. He feels women should have accountability. Sorry. So we would have gave it to Chris here. Chris, tell us a little bit about Meg. Let's go give us the rundown on Meg's album.
All right, Megan Thee Stallion dropped Good News, which is about 50 minutes. It's featuring DaBaby, City Girls, Beyonce, Lil Durk, SZA, Mustard, Popcorn, 2 Chainz, Big Sean, and Young Thug. This is a good album. I enjoy listening to it. I know a lot of people that are reviewing albums, or especially men, are saying, they can't really vibe so much with, I guess, the content. But I'm more so of a delivery person. I feel like she did a great job with the actual bars that she was spinning. It's always on point. I didn't feel like there were any stretches there. And she had a really good cadence to her rhyme, so I appreciated that. Yeah, it's a great album. Getting more into the tracks, let's see, my favorite track for Good News had to be What's New?
Yeah, no, I mean that was a banger. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm ready to shake my ass at brunch.
Oh, you gonna get kicked out?
All right. Don't make me get homeboy. They had to warn you 3 times.
I want nobody with no loose short sleeve turtleneck to come get me. Yeah,
they're gonna grab you. They're gonna snatch you up. Come in like this.
I have a short sleeve turtleneck.
That's wild. Yeah, I like that song a lot.
That's like Damon Wayans from the 90s. But now go ahead.
Oh my God.
Go ahead. So we were on best song for you. What's your least? You got a least on there or?
I do, but just going back to What's New, I wish he had thrown like Gucci on that. That would have been perfect because I feel like his flow on that chorus, if he had stuck in that lane, it would have been hard.
That would have been dope. That would have been sick.
For sure. So my least favorite has got to be Don't Rock Me to Sleep. It just felt like a stretch. Like she kind of wanted to go a little bit of a different direction on the album, a slower, more melodic song. And it just didn't hold up to the rest of the album for me. I'm not a big fan of the R&B Meg.
Yeah, I can't do that. I'm sorry, I can't. I love Meg, but yeah. That was I said that was this is our Nicki Minaj attempt to go pop because I can't. She's too good of a rapper, just like Nicki, too good of a rapper and can get into the pocket too well. When they start doing that stuff, it just say that shit for Drake, man. Let Drake do that singing, rapping stuff. Like y'all stick to them bars because they good at that. But
that was Starfish, not Starships. Yeah.
yeah, right. Do you have a best line of the album? Do you recall anyone that stood out to you?
Yeah, there were a few. You know, she kind of definitely went hard about some of the more sexual content on the album, so I'll save you all that. But I would say one introspective line or group that I found. This is also on Circles. Bullet wounds, backstab, mama died, still sad, at war with myself, in my head, bitches Baghdad.
Damn. Okay.
She kind of like, giving us kind of a little bit of what she's going through. Because, you kind of worry about that with a lot of artists, especially these super major ones that get a lot of push and are always out there. Like, what are you really dealing with? Like, what's your real life? You can't always be sunshine stripping and making money. So,
yeah, no, message on that one. All right, we go down to nitty gritty then. What is your rating?
I would give this a good 3.75.
Okay.
I feel like the rapping was great, the beats were great, the features, they all killed it. It's just that more so I wouldn't vibe so much with the content. And so then it kind of leaves me a little bit struggling to find some things to latch on to. Because like with some of my favorite rappers, some of the lines they spit, I might like really just kind of envision what they're talking about and kind of see myself there. I don't really see myself in a lot of the situations Megan was speaking about, but she did a great job rapping on the album. She killed it.
You don't want to clap your cheeks?
No.
Over some shrimp and grits? Nah, brother. Let's say that for y'all. So I guess you're in between. I bootleg it to my man had it on. I listen. So you're right there in that sweet spot. Okay.
Yeah, if I'm in the bar or something and they throw it on, I'm definitely gonna like do my 2-step now. I'm not gonna pop up on the handstand, but
the ladies gonna turn it up. So you know that.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
some women right now listening to this review talking about some we full of shit. So you know what that's about. It's about that accountability, as my man Nip will say.
There you go.
Any thoughts, any changes? What is your rate on it? You with him or your rating's different?
My rating is different. I wouldn't frisbee it just because she had some knock on there, had some juicy on there, some goo wow. I wouldn't frisbee it, but if my girl had it on, I would listen to it.
Okay,
that's fair.
We're gonna bring up that accountability word again, though. First of all, don't you ever sample who shot you when you got shot. Don't. That ain't your line. You got popped. No, ain't no who shot you. No, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. And let's not get on social media for the last 3 months crying, talking about protect black women, and now you gonna call cuz the P word, and he got a P word gun and all this. Now he's super soft, but for 4 months it was protect black women. oh, man ain't woo, woo. Man, he a 5'2" bitch and all this shit. No.
I think those both can apply though. I don't see the
No.
contradiction.
No.
Man,
Don't tell me you 5'10" and you hard and I got a soft ass gun. But for the last 4 weeks, you talking about, oh, it's a traumatic. I got shells in my feet. Which one is it?
So you got to play it up, you know.
Now, I want everybody to know these are the only views of Nip. These are not the total views of the Gladiators Cypher podcast. This is the views of Nip alone. Me and Chris do not feel the same way.
You got to fade us out. Fade out our cameras. Just have Nip there.
I'm just saying, man. If you gonna talk it, you gotta talk. Like, you can't do that.
I hear you. If you gonna talk, I'm saying, walk it. I got you.
That's all I'm saying. Oh, he can't be all types of suckers and bitches and P words and all this. You know what I mean? And 2 seconds ago, you was crying on the IG live. Oh, y'all know he did this to me and all this, but now he a sucker.
Our rating is probably going to be, if my man's put it on, I will listen. I think it's a little bit of mid. I think it's a lot of production money went into it. Mm-hmm. I don't think it was as good as I thought it was going to be, but I understand that she's gone through a lot. So I don't know how much of the artistry was really put into this album with everything going on between parents dying, this situation, and it's a lot. So I didn't feel like it was the best thing we're going to get from Meg. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that for the next album. But this one, it was just.
Yeah, if she went a little deeper. Yeah, she went on like deeper and had some really like introspective records outside of that one that was just trash that we played because I hated that one. But if she had like kind of went in maybe more about like, you know, what's going on in her life or something like that, like, and kind of approach it from a more like grounded viewpoint and really kind of let that emotion out in some of those bars, I think it would have shown through and I probably would have rated it a little bit higher. But for what it was good. I liked it.
All right, again, please don't forget to join the circus by following and subscribing to us and also sharing. We get exclusive content that will be on there. Become a ringmaster or a ring leader or a carny or any other circus folk you want to be, but join the circus with us at Headcanon Circus at the Gladiator Cypher podcast. Let's go on to Jeezy. So we was going to go to the one I got, but let's jump to Jeezy since you talked about, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to go back to our relative, our relative block, the guy that's still on the block out of our whole team. We gonna talk to Nip. Nip, what you got on Jeezy, man?
All right, we got the Recession 2. Again,
I've never been on the block.
I have neither been on the block. I don't know what you're talking about. We got 47 minutes and 54 seconds of Jeezy. Let's see, we got a lot of producers in here. This sounds like an expensive ass album.
It does.
It's an expensive from the samples to the producers to the feet. This was an expensive album.
It makes you realize why Jeezy wore where he wore at Versus, because he probably spent all his money on.
He don't got no more money. By the time he bought the 2 houses and them black Air Forces,
right? He couldn't put 10K on an outfit like Gucci.
Like
he had to pay for this album.
Will Gucci say, "Look at my opponent"?
Yeah. We're gonna save that for another discussion about the Joker that's wearing his own gear versus the Joker that pays somebody for his gear, and you clowning the Joker that's wearing his own gear. But we're gonna talk about that's a whole other situation about black folks, so we're gonna talk about it another day.
Look at my opponent. Let's see, producers we got on here. I don't know.
Show me my opponent.
Just go to who's featured on it.
The features we got Gotti, we got E40, we got Lil Durk,
Floaty Water,
Neo, Ross, Demi Lovato, and and speaking by Tamika Mallory in the intro song.
Right.
On the Oh Lord. I guess the notable producers you got Justice League, B Flat. It's a whole bunch of down south cats. People
that's fine. That's fine. What's your favorite song on there? Best songs what you got?
See what we got here. Favorite joint, I'm gonna go with it's a toss up. Let's go with Stimulus Check.
All right, little stimulus check there. We need another one too. I feel you.
Yeah, man, that joint. I'm not gonna lie, he got me with the Bobby Womack sample. That everything he said could have been trash on there. Once I hear Bobby Womack, that's like my favorite, one of my like top 5 favorite bass lines ever. That Woman's Gotta Have It joint. So once I heard that, he had me.
Okay.
The other joint I had on there was that I like was Niggas with a Z.
Okay. Let's get a little bit of that.
Joint.
You can't bang my chick to drop it on the mixtape, bro.
That sound real pull yourself up by your bootstraps, though.
Right. I put on my notes that if the Chris Rock skit about niggas was a song, this would be it.
Yeah.
It would be. I had a problem with one of the lines in the song, but you know.
Speak on it. What was the problem?
Talk about niggas coming home early because they snitching. You know, I'm sorry, man. This is. I feel like Jeezy was the original Tekashi, bro. Like,
oh no, he didn't. Oh,
I feel like he was the original.
These are
Tekashi,
views
bro.
of Tony Nipper only.
You can't put bread on somebody's head and not get time, bro. I'm sorry.
That's a good point.
I'm sorry.
It was a song. It was a song.
What do you mean it was a song? His man went to his house and tried to off a nigga on his behalf. Allegedly. And he didn't get no time.
Look, that was his own volition. That was his own volition.
Allegedly.
That's like an Eminem fan going crazy when he sees Eminem based on the lyric.
Come on, bro. You don't get.
I gotta go kill Kim.
You don't touch a song. You don't get Red no Moran. Nothing. You just that was that man. What?
Well, I mean, the only person that could have told him, I hate to say it, not to be funny, he ain't here no more.
Yeah.
That's the only person that could have said who told him to go do it. He got clapped. So
the song said it. Whatever. I'm just saying.
That's artistic expression. That is artistic expression.
All right. Well, don't artistically tell me about niggas snitching when.
Other point. I can't disagree. What else you got? Outside of that line, what else did you feel about that song? You was feeling everything else, or just that line? Just
that joint slaps. Yeah. Everything else, everything else was hard.
Anything you didn't like on the album? Some song that your least favorite?
I'm gonna go least favorite. It probably had to be "Live and Die" in the A.
Okay, yeah, that was trash. I'm not even gonna play it because the chorus alone. And I'm like 45 minutes out from the A, and even I was like, I wouldn't even play this in my car.
Yeah, no dice.
They may drag me out of my car if I played that.
I had a couple joints I wasn't banging with. The Kingdom, the last joint I wasn't banging with. And then the Glory. I wouldn't say it was a bad song, but don't disrespect Marvin Sample like that, bro. Don't do that. Don't you ever do that. Man.
Well, give us the best line that you felt was on the album.
I don't even think I had a best line.
I did.
All right, Chris, what's your best line then?
It was like one of the first tracks. He was like, my main thing, like chopsticks or something like that. You know, his fiance, Jeannie Miles. I was like, oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
How he worked that. Thought that was clever.
We know the worst line of the album for Nip was, niggas got home early from snitching.
That was funny.
We know he may not have the best, but we know he got a worse.
Yeah, that's definitely the worst.
What you got on the rating then?
Still pretty solid production, good samples. Like I said, it's an expensive album. I'm still gonna go with a solid 3. A solid if my man got it on, I'm gonna listen to it.
All right, Chris, any pushback? Where you at with it?
Definitely, yeah. You know, he called this album the Recession 2, and I just feel like he blasphemed on the Recession 1. That first Recession album, I
agree.
nonstop.
Exactly.
Like, I could still remember lyrics from that album.
Exactly.
And I think with Jeezy, and you probably are going to run into this a lot as more rappers start to age and get more mature, the things that kind of attracted you to them originally are going to start falling by the wayside. Case in point with Jeezy. When he lacks energy, it's very evident that he doesn't stand up to a lot of his peers lyrically. If you listen to the Recession, he brings a lot of energy and a lot of bravado to the raps that he's saying. But in this album, he's a lot more subdued, and you need that energy, you need that feeling, that spark to kind of bring you more into his world. But with him being so subdued, it's almost like he's preaching at you and not really telling his story or getting hype or whatever. Like if you look back at the verses that they had, right? Mm-hmm. The old songs that he were playing that were ringing off, you know what I mean? They rung off for a reason because you felt like you were there with him when he was spitting. He just had that more presence on the tracks. Here, I felt it wasn't up to snuff, especially calling it the recession too. I was like, nah.
I'd agree with you, but I mean, Jeezy was never like, once again, I didn't go in looking for lyrical miracle, but
Yeah, me either. But he also back then was bringing that energy and that poise and that presence to make up for the lack of the lyrical content.
Well, so what you got on the rating, Chris? What would you put it at?
I'll give it, if my girl had it on, I'll listen to it, but it was very forgettable for me.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Nip. I think if my man puts it on. Now, I've never been a huge Jeezy guy. When Jeezy got really into the game, I really wasn't listening to hip-hop like that. Yeah. So for this is like probably my second Jeezy album. My only other Jeezy album is Thug Motivation 101, which we know that's just that's one of the, you can put that up against the classics and it rings out. So, but this one it was just like, oh, okay, I see he's grown. That's cool. I mean, that was literally my feeling, like, oh, he's grown up. Okay. And so, I mean, I haven't even gone back.
We need the young back. We got to bring back the young.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go ahead and make sure everybody join the circus by subscribing and following us. And we'll bring you some exclusive content once you subscribe and follow us on all of our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere. We're everywhere. So Head Cannon Circus all day, every day. And this is the Gladiator Cypher podcast.
GCP.
All right. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed all that real hip hop talk before we got into our next round, because we're about to give you some of that. We're gonna give you that real music now.
I might as well go ahead and black my screen up.
We're gonna give you some of that real talk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was saying about this album and this album and that album. Now we about to give y'all the real talk of the streets. You know, the heat that was given to us. Miley Cyrus dropped the album, guys. I know Nip was like, man, we got to review this album. He called, what did you call it, a smash? Is that what you called it?
Yeah, I think I did call it, yeah. That's what it was, yeah. Smash that shit.
Miley Cyrus dropped the album, Plastic Hearts, 15 songs, 50 minutes and 26 seconds long. Her features were Diplo, Billy Idol, Joan Jett, Stevie Nicks. The best songs on there I felt were, I had two. One was Plastic Hearts, so I'll play that for you. So I just dug, one I dug the bongos, and then I guess she drops a little bit of stuff here on this one. I feel like talks to Hollywood and being, basically how fake it is, thus the Plastic Hearts. Then I think the other song I was really feeling, I guess she has a song on here called Midnight Sky, but I think she remixed it, which is odd to remix it on your own album. Only person I know that does stuff like that is Diddy and R. Kelly, but Miley Cyrus did it this way, but it's Edge of Midnight, and it actually has Stevie Nicks on it, because Midnight Sky, when I heard it, I was like, man, this feels like a Stevie Nicks song. And then the remix has Stevie Nicks on it, so I'm play a little bit of that one, and then, all right, so yeah, that was that one. My least on here was Heart of Glass, and I think that's my biggest issue with the end of it. I feel like the end of the album felt like karaoke session. Because Heart of Glass is a remake song, and then she remakes Zombie, which is a song by the Cranberries that I love. She remakes it, and it's not bad, but it just feels out of place, as if they were like, oh yeah, she made this song that's pretty decent, put it on the album. So I felt like it was karaoke. It's really hard taking a Miley Cyrus album and saying what's the best line or bar. But I think this was on Plastic Hearts when she goes, love me now, but not tomorrow. Fill me up, but leave me hollow. Pull me in, but don't get too close. So I thought that was pretty dope to play the contrast of like how fucked up Hollywood is, how it pretends to be all of this stuff, but really the reality is. So I thought that was dope. And as far as my rating system, surprisingly enough, I'm going to go, if my man's put it on, which I don't know any mans that I have that will put it on, but if my man's put it on, I would listen, man. Like I thought this was a pretty strong album. It had a real good 80s vibe to it. It also, it showed a little bit, I guess, even summing up the album. My sum of the album was, we've already seen Miley Cyrus naked, but this one exposed more, her talent. So that's my sum up of the album, man. I feel like she really put on, and I like her voice, man. I like Miley Cyrus' voice. This is before this album. I've always liked her voice, the raspy kind of deep bravado voice. I think she really stays within her tempo here very well and doesn't try to do too much, but it works for her. So, I mean,
I agree.
She's a little couple of samples that feel real country-esque. I think one of them I even mentioned on here called High. It felt like I felt like it could have been a song told by Dolly Parton, which is actually, as my wife has told me, her godmother is Dolly Parton. But it felt like that. But again, I thought it was midway. I couldn't hate on it. I don't know what her albums are supposed to feel like or be like, but I was impressed by this one because I definitely damn sure came in feeling like I wanted to hate it, and I left being like, I could put this on with my wife and the kids and be straight with it. So I know Nip got a lot of strong feelings, but we're going to go to Chris first, and then we're going to go to Nip last because we're going to make sure we finish up strong. Chris, any disagreements, or what do you feel about the album?
No, I agree for the most part. I might even rate it a little bit higher, maybe add like half a point on to your score. I feel like it's a good example of pop that goes a little bit deeper. Like we know some of the struggles and stuff that she's been going through here recently in the press and whatnot, and to hear her kind of deliver it, but also have good production, you know, the vocals are on point and really have some great music on there. I think it was a great example of what pop can be. Like if we compare this to Positions, you know, that we reviewed a couple weeks ago, I can't even hardly remember anything she was talking about on that album, but this might be something I can revisit, especially some of the ballads. Like you mentioned, I know High was a good one. Some of those the slower songs were some of my favorite on this one. So I really enjoyed it, especially for my first Miley Cyrus album. She definitely impressed me.
Like, I find nothing attractive about Miley Cyrus. This album made me think, oh, she may be a little more attractive just because she has talent. I'm attracted to talent. I was actually impressed by that. But all right.
Well, no, she definitely said she was for the streets throughout the whole album. So I don't know if there would be attraction there. But
I mean,
I get what
she gave you such classics as, you know, We Won't Stop. She gave you such classics as, what was it, 23. I mean,
Hands up.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
J's on my feet.
I don't know any of the samples.
With my J's on.
I don't know nothing about none of that. I will say that I do like her voice. The intro song, I forgot the name of it. I just had it down. Whatever. The intro.
What the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out. That comes out hard.
When they had that like pseudo Larry Graham hair bass line, I know that's kind of like music nerd geeky shit, but it's like it sounds a lot like the intro bass line, The Hair from Graham Central Station. So I liked a lot of the.
Yeah, actually, let's play a little bit so people can know exactly what you're talking about. Because I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. So
yeah,
we're gonna be twerking in front of his grit system tomorrow.
Need those Jeezy ad-libs on it though.
Ass and eggs. That's all you need. Ass and eggs on this one.
I mean, some of the best food you're gonna get is, you know, from the strip club.
Some wings.
Actually, here's the song that we're talking about. You remember this? I Billy let her do that to herself.
I don't know what's going on.
What is with us and our culture? We just take anybody got blue eyes and be like, all right, we can let you be hip hop.
Yeah.
You've always let
Mike Will,
man. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on there.
At least T-Pain apologized for him and Taylor Swift's song. He apologized and realized like that was a bad move for the culture. I need Mike Will and them and Juicy J to be like, hey, our bad, man. We shouldn't have done this.
And then she tried to backpedal. I was like, oh, I don't like that kind of music. I was in a weird place and all that. That's what blew me the most. I'm like, how are you going to try and leave?
Oh, she pulled a Justin Timberlake. She pulled the nipple off and was like, oh, that was Janet's fault. That's what she did.
She definitely backed out. She did. Oh no, she started losing that country. Back, and it was like, oh, I don't wear it. Who's the J?
Yeah.
What's the J? I don't stand on couches and drink from the bottle.
After Nikki tried to get at her too, Nikki told us that Molly was good. She was like, "Oh, countries was good. I'm gonna go back over here. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna do this right now." But no, all due respect, I thought it was a good album, man. I was surprised too because I was expecting some fluffy, poppy shit just to sell some records. I felt like she actually did show that that she's a legitimate artist and she don't need the fake black gimmick or the straight up, I'm a daughter of a country superstar gimmick. Like I felt like this album was her just being her and making the music that she want to make. The only criticism I really had is like this lane she tried to fill has already been filled by an artist called Pink, who does it a lot better. But for that being said, I still thought it was good. So, Nip, if you had to give a rating, where's your rating?
I would not frisbee it.
Oh, that's a win.
I would not frisbee it. Yeah. I know I frisbee the Ariana Grande joint, but I would not frisbee this joint. If my girl had it on, you know what I mean. I could sit back and you know, have me a little Coors Light or something and kick back.
A little rye whiskey.
Yeah, you know, a little whiskey. Yeah, a little whiskey and Coors Light. Sit back and chill, watch. You know, we ain't gonna run it back. We ain't gonna run it back, but I'll let it rock.
I got you. Who won? Jeezy or Gucci? Chris, who won?
Jeezy.
Nip.
Before the battle, Goo-Wop won.
Yes.
Goo-Wop won that drink, bro. But if we talking about like hit songs, then of course Jeezy won. He had the machine by him. You know what I mean? He snitched on niggas and then got all the money.
Jeezy, I ain't say that. Jeezy, please.
that is only the beliefs.
Got all the backers from the label and all the bread. And got all the money behind him and started making all these anthems, you know what I mean, for the labels. Yeah, of course he won that.
Yeah, he did. He did leave some on the table too. Jeezy did. So I mean,
but Gucci did too. He didn't play a lot of even his mixtape like classics. He missed a lot of those.
Jeezy was making a point with the songs that he was making. He wasn't coming there to play no pop. He was making a point, and I respect it. We gonna squash it, but you gonna hear what I got to say.
Yeah.
If you send another nigga my way, we gonna put him in the dirt.
That's messed up. Oh my God.
He was making a point with them songs he was playing, bro.
Oh,
he played anytime he said the word Jeezy, he played that song.
Yep.
It don't matter. He was making a point. That shit was not about winning no hits battle.
He got sun though. He got sun when he was talking about his jewelry. He was just like, "Oh, that's nice. I own half of Atlanta."
Yeah. He did try to get him. Honestly, I felt like Nip said. I mean, anybody knew that anybody was rocking with Gucci. Gucci won no matter what we gonna say. Like we know them kind of people in our lives.
Yeah.
And no matter what we say, because Gucci's such a real ninja. It didn't matter what Gucci could have came in there and played one song on repeat for 20, and they'd have been like, "Yeah, Gucci still won." So we know that, but
this is true.
I want to say when it comes to who came out of this looking the best, I feel like if you Gucci and you need to be putting the album out now, because I feel like Gucci represented with the energy, Gucci represented with just the swag, like everything outside of the songs, Gucci won. Like if you go song for song, okay, Jeezy, but everything else, most entertaining. Gucci won that. So if you got
was flyer, the jewelry was flyer.
Yeah, like if you want any kind of
here come Jeezy. Hey, I tell you what. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you what. That's the whole thing. That's all he was talking about. Like, man.
Then that's what I'm saying. So if you want any kind of press, like Tony said, the machine was behind Jeezy. You got all the press right now, Gucci. Like the album should be out now, like because you got everything you need right now. You got the eyes, you got the ears of everybody in America seeing what your next move is after y'all squash this.
He dropped the mixtape. He did drop a mixtape.
And
that night. Yeah.
Oh, he did. Oh, I'm sleeping.
And I would say I would definitely rather listen to a Gucci album in 2020 than a Jeezy album, especially after hearing the Recession 2.
Oh, for sure. I mean, because Gucci's still a goon, man. Gucci, you saw his camp. He had mad jokers in his camp. Which I think about DJ Academics. Can you be called a DJ if I ain't never seen you DJ before?
He's not a DJ.
Okay. How you feel about Academics blaming
I'm tired of Academics, dog.
blaming Chrissy Teigen and Freddie Gibbs for him leaving or being out from Everyday Struggle? What you got on that, Nip?
Yeah, I'm just tired of Academics. I'm glad he's gone. I don't think he's going to be gone from, because I guess he was an internet guy before he had the show, the Everyday Struggle show, but the dude doesn't DJ. He don't have no mixtapes out. Who is he? You know what I mean? Like, I only started listening to him, or not listening to him, but heard of him once he did Everyday Struggle, and then when Button had smoke with the Migos and all that. But I don't care.
I think he caters to a lot younger fans too. Like he'll do his live streams and he'll kind of get into what's the gossip in hip hop, like who's beefing with who, like what's the background and all that stuff. Kind of like similar. He gives me some Adam 22 vibes. Like they kind of are in similar lanes for me. A little bit of DJ Vlad mixed in there also, just going in and kind of giving the gossip and the dirt to people that want to feed into that. And it generally tends to skew younger. So I didn't even know he got fired off Everyday Struggle. I ain't kept up with Everyday Struggle since Joe Budden left. So
yeah, no, that was like this week, like the last like 2 days or something like that.
I'm gonna do a little
Gibbs said he was gonna grab his titties. In the
yeah. I'm gonna do a little introspective on academic in the sense that one, let's shout out Joe Budden, the fact that Joe Budden's been right about all the moves that he's made and said. And when he came to academic and told him about the money, and academic wouldn't stand with him, and Joe left, it made Joe look like the crazy one. And now you see Joe owns his own stuff, so Joe can say whatever he wants. Can't nobody cancel him. Yeah. Academics ran with the company. Yeah, but anyway, shout out to Joe Budden on that, because I know he gets a crazy rap. But I think what Joe Budden's doing now is going to one day help us be better at what we're doing or get money or royalties for what we're doing. But besides that, I never fucked with academic, but I respected academic because as a corny nigga myself, he was making a lane for us. Let's call it what it is. Like, he ain't no street dude. He ain't a corny dude. But also, as a corny dude like myself, I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm not exactly. Go to a street dude like Freddie Gibbs. I'm not going to go, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be no punk either, but I'm not going, if I disrespect somebody, I'm going to keep it exclusively to the artistry, not the personal. Like, and even with Chrissy Teigen fine as hell. What real dude is disrespecting a fine chick? Now, some other mugs, we will get at some other mugs once in a while. But like,
I think John might go see him. John might say, "Give me the green light." You're gonna pull it. You're really gonna put the green light on it. We're gonna see.
But so that's what let me know that something wrong with the dude head. Like,
but
you don't go
like
a woman. What's up?
I feel like he hopped out his lane a couple times talking to Gibbs, and I feel like he did hop out there a couple times, and then I mean he pulled a Charlemagne. Oh, I'm the radio guy. Like, nah, Don't talk wild. Don't talk crazy. Don't hype up. You hyped up 6ix9ine, and he got booked, and that's your man. And nah, bro, you outside of your box. If you the radio guy, be the radio guy. You know what I mean? Don't talk crazy to Baby, and then when he come in the drink, talk about put some respect on my name. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now you quiet. Now you sit there stuck.
Done.
Don't talk crazy to Gibbs, and then when he tell you gonna grab your titties, now your feelings hurt.
Yo, Gibbs is hilarious. You got to follow him on Instagram if you don't follow him already. His stories are crazy.
Between him and 50, man, and them jokers go in. I'm gonna defend Charlemagne for a little bit on Baby for 1 second though, because I know that's gonna be hard to defend. But let's be real, Charlemagne, because everybody plays the whole like I'm the radio guy part. But if you play the whole thing, he had a real good point. He go, well, why you ain't hop out on Trick Daddy and hop out on Rick Ross? They was putting dirt on you like you hopped out on the radio dude, but you ain't hop out on the real thugs. Like, so that's what Charlemagne's point was. Like, you doing the radio guy like this, but them jokers and put dirt in your name, told you can't even go to Miami. You ain't never hop out on them, or you ain't never step up to like. So I'm gonna give him some pass on to say that he right. Like, Baby chose who he wanted to choose and rolled up there with like 7 jokers. And so when he like Baby rolled by himself and was like, all right, I'm in front. If you watch the clip, it was like 7 jokers around it. What you want Charlemagne to do? Like, man, I'll bust my gun right now. Like, what? Nah, why you run on the radio, dude? Why you running to these other jokers that's been talking about you like that crazy? Like, but I agree with Baby. Put some respect on his name. If you ain't gonna actually say it to my face, don't say it at all. So I agree. And like I said again, Charlemagne is another joker that I feel like he's in that corny dude lane like myself, and that's why I respect Charlemagne, because he's making a lane for corny dudes like myself. But like you said, if you're going to disrespect somebody, disrespect the artistry, not the artist. Like, you got to keep it in that lane, because once you go to the person, you don't know what you're uncovering then. But if you go to the artistry, and even if he jumps out on you, you could be like, dude, I'm talking about your music. I ain't got nothing to do with you. I don't care about you. But you can't say that when you talk about the man. So I'm going to give Charlemagne a little bit of cake, because Baby did jump on the radio guy. And ain't jump on the other jokers that got clout too. And he ain't run up on Charlemagne, but Charlemagne had bodyguards and security with him. He ran up on him solo with 7 other jokers. So
I dig it.
But again, don't excuse Charlemagne. Charlemagne, he noticed ever since that incident, he kind of watched his mouth real. He don't talk as slick no more.
Yeah, true. He got sung by a couple people, but yeah.
Yeah.
The lighter he gets, the less controversial.
Right. Yeah. Well, also, the more money you make, the less controversial you get. Because at a certain point, when you're making that money, you don't got to do things for hits and likes and all that type of stuff. You got your base now. You can say whatever, and people just follow you no matter what. So we did skip our favorite segment of the show, everybody's favorite segment. Nip, what are you listening to?
Oh shit. Man, the doctors trying to keep this COVID off me. Trying to get this COVID out my chest. But no, I'm it was a lot of new stuff that came out, so I haven't really listened to any old stuff. I did go back and revisit the Conway what is it? King to a God.
Okay.
I did go back and listen to that.
Any track that stood out to you? Because I think my track I love when I join is Lemon with him and Meth. That thing go
Yeah.
on.
That's definitely my joint. That's definitely my joint. The Lemon joint.
Yeah. You know, and I only want to play it because if I can't listen to the whole thing, then I don't even want to.
Be.
Yeah. All right, Chris. I know we haven't done it with you yet. So, Chris, what are you listening to?
And I like Ice-T's rock, his metal band, I guess, Body Count. I listen to them when I work out. So,
okay, I haven't heard Body Count in probably forever. Any song you would suggest from Body Count? Anybody's trying to get into it?
Yeah, it's called Talk Shit, Get Shot.
Talk Shit, Get Shot. I mean, that sounds right up my alley.
But I really like Talk Shit, Get Shot. That's a good one.
All right, here we go. I found it for it.
I'm telling you, you can get a couple reps in. You at the end of your set, especially the breakdown on that song is crazy.
Now, what's the name of it again? I'm new to this.
Yeah,
I'm new to this.
Talk Shit, Get Shot by Body Count.
I remember Ice-T Junk back in the day because I remember they did the Cop Killer thing with him back in the day. But that's the only thing I know from Body Count was that. Like that's as far as my knowledge goes. So I didn't know they were still putting out music like that. That's what's up.
Yeah. That's a cool one.
So I guess for Jason, what are you listening to? I'm always listening to some crazy shit. So my dude, we were going to review on here, but we didn't do it because last week at St. John. Like I love St. John. Like ever since I got put on to him actually from the Joe Budden podcast. Like that's just my shit right there. I guess the most popular one he got is Roses. Like I guess that's been out for a while. But off the new album he had. While the world was burning, High School Reunion, a Lil Uzi Vert, but you can pick anyone off of it. I mean, it's not a long album; it's like 40 minutes, but it's pretty good. But here is High School Reunion.
The performance of the Roy Jones Mike Tyson event too. He had a little performance.
Oh, word?
On there. Yeah, he played some stuff from the album.
Yeah, he was on there.
See, I skipped all the performances and only just went to the fights, and then
when they robbed us, I got point.
Oh, come on, man.
I love it.
Hey, look.
He said, oh, that boy got knocked down in basketball shoes.
That was sick.
Well, thank you, everybody, for listening to the Gladiator Cypher podcast. Please remember to join the circus. Again, this show is presented to you and produced by Head Cannon Circus. So join the circus where you can see all of our shows. It's this show. We got the No Name Nonsense podcast. We got Wrestling Review. We just got so many things in the works. So please do not miss out.
Tons of content.
Oh yeah, we're gonna come out with more and more heat for everybody. So just again, please remember to join the circus. And how do you join the circus? You say by following, subscribing to our channels on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever suits you. But subscribe and follow there. Please share our content on out to everybody so we can get people out here enjoying what you're seeing and hearing as well if you enjoy it. And then if you want to give us some feedback, you can catch us all on Instagram at Head Cannon Circus on Instagram, but I'm also at jas.b.allen on Instagram. Nip, where you at on Instagram so they can reach you?
Instagram, Papa_Bear_Nip.
And yes, please make sure you send all the hate mail and messages to that. Directly there. Jeezy, we don't want no smoke. Meg, we don't want no smoke.
Would you be like, damn? No.
I don't want no problems, Big Snow.
Chris, where can they find you at on Instagram as well?
On IG, you can find me. It's at pseudonym slim with a Y. It's all one word.
Okay, as pseudonym slim with a Y. You may have to spell that for people because you know my audience, we ignorant like me.
I can't
It's
spell.
PSEUDLNYMSLYM.
Oh, brother,
right.
then I was like, you can't spell either.
Yeah, I almost got stuck.
Look here, man. That's family right there. I got to put the educated on, because he got to balance out that nip shit we gonna hear. So, but nah, thank you guys for listening and watching. We look forward to doing this again next week.
Indeed.
Peace.
Shut the fuck up!